Thank you all for coming. This is a tremendous, tremendous day, an incredible opportunity for us to be sitting here, especially with my brothers and all of you in the building. I'm Tony Beckham, 2012 national champion and graduate from the University of Kentucky. I sit in front of you all today serving as the general manager of Team La Familia. I first and foremost would like to thank Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior, TBT for the vision, commitment, support, and execution of making Rupp Arena a host site in this year's TBT tournament. Coach Pope, his staff, and all the great people at the University of Kentucky who has given us a great deal of support. This has been a dream come true type of opportunity for me and those working on our team. Opportunities like this is the reason I chose to come to Kentucky. For me, it was never about being a professional athlete. It was about making my dream come true, playing for a university and a fan base that I absolutely love, and making lifelong connections with my teammates, coaches, and people in the administration that I cherish forever. When I decided to take on this role as general manager of Team La Familia, what excited me the most was an opportunity to get to play UK basketball in the summertime. Who don't love that, right? I thought this could be a huge deal. I love the fact that I was going to be able to connect and reconnect with so many of my brothers. Playing our games in Rupp Arena was a huge bonus and one of the main points of our recruiting pitch to all the guys that we was able to recruit. And I just sit back and envision these guys coming back to Lexington and just loving the wave and unwavering support of people from this fan base and people in the community. Every former player we recruited all relished at the idea of playing basketball in Rupp Arena again and coming back to Lexington to reconnect and connect with so many people that they haven't seen in so many years. I truly believe we put together one of the best rosters in this field. We got size, we got length, we got experience, and we got players who have won at the highest level here while playing in Kentucky. But I think one of the best things about our roster is we got players from so many different eras. And I think it's going to be a great thing to see all this come together. Our current roster, Eric Bledsoe, Daniel Orton, who's sitting right here in front, who was a part of Cal's first recruiting class here. And it's going to be awesome to see you play with Eric Bledsoe again, bro. Reed Travis, Willie Cauley-Stein, Nate Sestina, who's sitting right here in front, Kellen Grady, Andrew Harrison, James Young, Marcus Teague, and Deron Lamb. Deron Lamb recently got a deal to go play overseas, so he's overseas playing right now, so we're monitoring his situation to see if he'll make it back in time, so we'll keep you all posted on that. And we just got a huge, huge commitment from somebody who made some incredible shots during his run here at UK. And everybody on staff and all of the guys are excited about his commitment. We will be announcing that next week. In my opinion, there isn't a better coaching staff in the country for a TBT team. We've worked extremely hard to put together the staff that we have assembled. Tyler Eulis is our head coach with Sean Woods, Darius Miller, who's sitting right here in front, John Hood, who played here, Jasmine Ferguson, who's playing overseas, and Shandell Walton, who's an NBA trainer. I've also been very fortunate to work with two incredible leaders who have made my job so much easier. Sam Malone, who is our assistant general manager, who's sitting right here in front, and Brittany Harris, who is our director of marketing. They have been amazing throughout this entire process. The team is scheduled to arrive in Lexington the weekend of July 12th. Some of the guys were playing a charity game that we're putting on at Tate Street High School July 13th from 6 to 8 p.m. That's an easy way for fans to be able to see the guys up close and personal. Our plan is to start training camp on Monday, July 15th, and practice every day until we play on Friday, July 19th. Our goal, of course, is to win every single game and bring back home that tournament championship in the summertime. But we've set a goal as an organization to do something that's never been done. We want to pack out Rupp Arena for a TBT game. I think Wichita State holds that record right now with right around 7,500 people, a little bit less, a little bit under, or more. And we want to break that. So we hashtagging Pack Rupp Out. So if you all ever post anything about the TBT tournament or talk to any fans or anybody in the community, our hashtag is Pack Rupp Out. And I think we could be able to do that. We have a few events planned for the guys in which we'll be announcing soon. But we were very adamant in our recruiting that this was an opportunity that they had to take very seriously. We wanted the guys to come here focused, in shape, and ready to compete at the highest level. Nate Sestina, who I've grown to really love over this process, said in his media session the other day that he felt his job was not finished when his season ended early at UK. And he's here to stand on business. And I love that about Nate, man. He got me fired up. We text almost every other day. I mean, we send voice messages back and forth. We text and let's get it, let's go. And just to see just the energy and enthusiasm he has to come back to this program, come back to this city, come back to this community, and playing Rupp Arena once again. So I thank you, bro, for joining the team. I also would like to thank the TBT, Coach Pope, and the University of Kentucky for their support. I also want to give a huge shout out to our premier sponsors, Davis, Gates, and Wire. Those guys have been great and very supportive throughout this entire process. The Manchester Hotel will be hosting the guys, and Lex Van Reynolds will be making sure our guys get around town in style. We have some incredible partners who have helped make all this possible. To our BBN family, we love you. We are looking forward to seeing you all in Rupp on July 19th at 8 p.m. Remember, I said it a couple minutes ago, the hashtag is Pack Rupp Out, so let's get this out to the community. Or if you can't make it to the game, you can tune in to Fox Sports at 8 p.m. But I want to leave you all with this as I close and allow Darius to come up and share a few words. You have to know your role. You have to support people. You have to show love. And you have to be able to give opportunity and take opportunity when the time is right. It doesn't matter how much money you got. It doesn't matter what your status is. It doesn't matter what field you're in. When you see somebody, you come across somebody, you lend a hand and you give opportunity and you show love because you never know when an opportunity can come back around. When I visited UK when I was transferring from Mississippi State in 2010, I sat right across from Coach Cal and he looked me in the face. And I had a lot of schools recruiting me to come play. And Coach Cal said, Twani, I want you to come here, but you might not ever play for me. You know the type of caliber guys I recruit. And I said, Coach, I'm coming to play for you because I know what playing in the UK, putting that Kentucky across my chest would do for me, not only for my playing career, but after I'm done playing. And look at me now. I'm a kid from Louisville, Kentucky. I had a dream to come play at Kentucky. I won a national championship. I got some of the best teammates and friends in the world. And I'm sitting here now leading these guys, playing basketball and back in Rupp Arena once again. So, man, these guys, I love you all to death. I know you guys, I check in on you. I'm just so thankful that I have the ability to lead you all, and I'm thankful for everybody in this community who have supported me from the beginning. Thank you, and I look forward to seeing you all July 19th. I mean, it was tough, right? Because, you know, as soon as I decided to do this, I sat back and I Googled all former UK players, and it was a list of probably 100 and something, and most of the people on the list were in the NBA. So then I really had to do my homework and say, okay, who's had a great career at UK and who's still playing and actually doing well? And it wasn't just a effort on myself. You know, I collaborated with Sam, and Sam would see me guys every day. I would reach out. We reached out to Deb. We reached out to so many different people who had connection to guys. And I felt like, you know, once I got the guys on the phone, that it was going to be an easy sell. I mean, playing at Rupp Arena, when I was presented that, I said, oh, this is something different. This is big time. And so like Nate said and Daniel said, when we got on the phone and we talked about coming back to play ball at Rupp Arena, I mean, these guys they were in from the start. Some guys had to figure out their schedules, but once we laid out everything, we was all good to go. Yeah. So I'm glad you asked that question. So it's a guy in the room named Tom Bowers who I think dearly. He called me one day and he said, man, you know, TBT has been trying to put together this UK-only team for several years now, and they ain't been able to do it. And he said, I think you somebody that could to move this needle forward with doing it. And it was an extreme honor to me for somebody like him, he does great in business, calls me and thought that way about me, and also to call me first with the opportunity. I had sat back and we talked about it, and I said, and I thought about it, and I said, man, I know a lot of these guys are busy, they're playing. I know their summers are kind of crazy, they're hectic, but I'm ready to do this. And Tom just he gave me the confidence that you can do this. If anybody can do this, it's you. All your teammates and everybody in Lexington respect you. Guys will listen to you. I've seen you do other things, so I know that you're capable of doing this. And so he just gave me the confidence, and then as you know, he connected me with TBT, and then we haven't looked back since. So Tom's in here, so thank you, Tom. I appreciate you.
How much influence did both John Calipari and Mark Pope have on Holden for?
Great question. So Coach Kyle, I reached out to right when I knew I was going to be when I learned I was going to be the general manager, and I just asked him, first for support. He said, "Man, Twani, whatever you want, I got you." And then secondly, I was trying to think of a name that we could call our team, and then we all exude that brotherhood, and we know we all was under the Cal era, so it was all La Familia is what our brand been for so many years. So I thought that it would be interesting to call ourselves that, and he was okay with it. Reached out to Coach Willard, Mr. Willard, Kyle, and they were all fine with it. I know they did their checking on the back end to make sure we could use that name, and we were able to use the name. And then once Coach left, Brittany, myself, Sam, and a lot of the guys, we kind of thought, wow, what are we gonna call our team now? And he's gone, and then we all said, wow, he's gone, but we are still a brotherhood. We're still La Familia. We're still a family. So that's the reason we continue to use the name. And then when I connected with Coach Pope, I was at his press conference. That was crazy, by the way. And I just walked up to him. I said, Coach Pope, I'm happy you're here. You're one of us. You played here. You won a national championship. And I just told him, this probably wasn't the time to tell him because he was having his moment. But I'm saying I didn't know when I was going to be able to talk to him again. I know he's busy recruiting in the portal, getting guys to come play. And I said, Coach, can I get 2 seconds? I said, well, I'm putting together this TBT team. We're playing it up. Can I have a meeting with you? And he said, sure. And at that point, I said, man, this guy gets it. And so we got on the phone, and he was like, man, I want to support you. Tell me, you let me know what I can do to support you. So from that time on, man, he's we've been texting, we've been talking on the phone. He's been trying to just figure out how he can support us, and we're still figuring that out right now.
Coach Pope mentioned yesterday about, I guess there's going to be an opportunity for his current guys to, I don't know, about scrimmage or work out.
Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't want to say that. I didn't know if we could say that yet. Okay. Okay.
Do you know how that's going to work? And for the other guys, what do you think you can kind of?
Man, so that was when I learned that, when Coach brought that up, and it was like even though these guys were already sold on the idea, there was like another pitch to like, man, you guys got to get here. And I called Nate, I called D.O., I called all these guys, Sam, Brittany. We like, man, we're going to get the scrimmage with the current team. Like, that's incredible. We don't think outside of playing pickup that, in our 15 years with Coach Cal that we were able to like experience anything like that. Like, guys or professionals coming back to like playing like a organized scrimmage. You guys would always come back and play pickup, but this would be different. This would be one of the first times I think something like this has happened. And so I was excited. And it was another way to just like, hey guys, listen, we got to do this. We got to use this as another pitch to get the guys here. And so I think that's going to be awesome. Without putting out too much information, I know we're going to scrimmage, and it'll be organized. And I think we're going to play NBA rules in the fourth quarter. TBT has Elam ending. And so that's how we're going to end the game, because Elam ending is if you don't know what you're doing in the fourth quarter of TBT, then you can lose that game. Yes, anybody else want to answer that question?
I'll say something. No, I think it is a great opportunity, for us older guys to impart wisdom on guys who will potentially have the opportunity to go play overseas or in the NBA. I feel like to have that experience, or to even have the ability to get in contact with and just ask questions, I feel like that's the main thing. As a young 19-year-old, 18-year-old, 19-year-old kid who might potentially be going to the NBA the next year, 2021, wherever it may be, it's great to ask questions and get kind of a scouting report of what to expect, how to take care of your body. Because I talk to a lot of the guys I train, listen, rest and recovery is the most important part of it, because you come up against guys who are skilled, talented. You're pretty much all the same height. You can pretty much all do the same things, but what are the main things that you can do to separate yourself, to show scouts, GMs, assistant GMs that I'm different? And I feel like that's something that we can have. We have the best facilities here by far. So these kids here have better facilities than most probably pro organizations, a lot better than what I've seen in most organizations overseas. This is spoiled here. So, I mean, they have to take full opportunity of it, and I feel like that's one thing that we can do. You know, they're going to play against great people. In the summertime, they go to Miami, L.A., whatever. They're going to play against pros. But to be able to have that conversation with guys who have done it before, guys who are in position in their lives to impart wisdom, I feel like that's a step up that they should take full opportunity of.
For fans who don't necessarily know about the TBT, how do you guys measure the competition level in the title bracket?
You want me to take?
We haven't fully scouted all these teams yet, but these guys are tough, physical, overseas players. I mean, these are grown men who play basketball for a professional living, and you know, there's people that will come out of the woodwork that will say, how did that guy just hit those 10 threes? Like, it's just, you have to be prepared for everything, and the games are a little quicker than college games. So we have to get on the right foot, and that's why we need to pack Rupp out because, I mean, most of these guys, a lot of these guys have never lost a game in Rupp. I mean, you look at guys like Marcus Teague, and I don't think you lost a game in Rupp, right, Dio?
No.
You might have did your first year.
Yeah, I'm undefeated in the Rupp. I got you.
Yeah, but just to kind of piggyback on what Sam said, that's one thing that, you know, Tom and Jake from TBT, you know, we talk every other day, and he just tells me, listen, you guys have to be prepared. You have to be ready. And that was one of my points of emphasis when recruiting guys. I'm like, you know, are you in shape? Are you working out? Because it's just not a celebrity game. This is not a come back to Lexington and don't take this serious because we'll get smacked and punched right in the face. Everybody's coming here wanting to beat. I mean, we're Kentucky. So as soon as the ball tips, you know, people are going to want to beat us. So we got to make sure we're prepared. And Tyler, the coach, Sean Woods, John Hood, all those guys, we got on our, you know, we have our conference calls, and they all understand the assignment. And they said day one, when these guys get here, they will know how serious we're taking it, and we're going to have the guys prepared. You all are going to love the product that we put on the floor.
For Darius, since you'll be on the coaching staff, what kind of head coach do you think Tyler Lewis is going to be, and what have you seen from him? I know you've been around the SEC for like the last couple of seasons.
I think he's going to be a great coach, honestly. I think we all were able to see just his basketball IQ display when he played here at Kentucky and in the pros. And I think he takes that same approach. You know, now that he's on the other side, he puts a lot of time and effort into it. On these calls that we have, I remember Twanny on the first call, he was like, it'll be about 10, 15 minutes. And we was on there for an hour and 45 minutes, you know, just talking about the players, the actions we wanted to run, different schemes, like he said, how we're going to close the game. So that's a part of the reason why I was so excited to get back into this too, is because of how, like I said, how serious they're taking it. And I think it'll be a lot of fun to just play in the TBT, like they just talked about, the different talent that you're going to see, all the guys, the professionals that's going to be playing in Rupp. And like I said, to be on the other side of that, see Tyler coming up and his growth as a coach, I think the whole experience is just going to be a lot of fun to watch and participate in for sure.
What are your thoughts on implementing and the differences in, I guess, in close games and things like that?
I honestly love the Elam ending. I think it's awesome. I think it's incredible because it makes you focus and lock in for that last little bit of the game. And if you don't know how to manage the Elam ending, like Tawny said, you will get beat. Like, teams will come back and beat you. I think it's incredible. I'll pass it off that.
Yeah, just to piggyback off what Dio said, same thing. And TBT has been, you know, very adamant about understanding that we know what we're doing in the fourth quarter, and me and Tyler has had conversations about, you know, our game plan, and I'm sure we'll continue to have them as a coaching staff. But how the Elam inning works, and if y'all remember, the NBA adopted this, and I think some of the All-Star games within the past couple of years. So when the fourth quarter starts, the team that I think at the first dead ball or foul, the team that with the winning score, who's winning at that point, they add 8 points to that score. So if we're 80 to 62 or 64, then the winning score is 88. So it's the first team from that point to get to 88. So we have to understand and know how to manage that so we don't get our butts beat, you know, in the fourth quarter there.
What are your initial thoughts on matching up against 305 ballers? Do you know much about them? Like, what's your thoughts?
I don't know much about them, to be quite frank, honestly with you. But as a staff, we're about to get to work. We're about to start recruiting these guys and scouting these guys. John Hood is big in the film, so I'm sure when he sees this, I'm not sure if he's watching anywhere or if anything's been live streamed, but once he sees this, I mean, he said he's gonna get right to the nitty gritty of the film. So I'm excited, man. I know the Heard That team from Marshall were in the Final Four last year. They're pretty good. So these other teams I haven't heard of yet, but we have film from the last, I think, 2 to 3 years of TBT games, and all of these teams are kind of going to be similar to what they were in the past couple of years. So we're going to get to work right away. Now that we know who we're playing, it's time to get to work.
I know a little bit about the So they've been in the tournament the last 2 years, and it's a training facility outside of Miami, and every player over on their team plays internationally. So they're going to be good.
Y'all thought about the emotions of what it's going to be like returning to prep and playing in front of champions?
I'll talk about this one. No, this is, for me, this is one of the biggest reasons why I wanted to do this. You know, I remember getting recruited here, and the first call that I had with Coach Cal was, you know, we talked about Rep Arena, and I was just like, it seemed like a distant, like never going to happen kind of thing. And when I got here on my visit and I walked around, I think there was like a farm expedition, which kind of makes sense for Kentucky going on at Rep. So like there was no floor down, but just being in there and seeing everything and going through the locker room and all that, it was surreal. And even still, I'm 27 now, and every time I go in there, it's still, you know, it still smells new, it's still beautiful. But the opportunity to play in Rep Arena again in front of, you know, Kentucky people, and you know, there's no professional sports here, and I think that's what makes Kentucky basketball so special, and you know, the fan base so special, because they treat it like that. I've had the opportunity, especially this past year, to play in front of some of like the craziest fans in the world, you know, in Serbia and in Turkey, and you know, the Final Four for EuroLeague, and I think Rep Arena still trumps it. It's just an unbelievable experience, especially when it's filled up to the brim and everybody's screaming and yelling. So for me, it's an awesome opportunity, and I think that like what is it, pack Rep out? We could pack Rep out. I think we could do a really good job, and we could 7,500 people is nothing, I think, for Rep Arena.
I'll say something, I guess. No, honestly, even when I was at the gym this morning, you know, there's a couple people I know just going through my frequent daily process where fans are excited about this. The community is excited about this, to be able to come and watch Kentucky greats play again. I think it's an exciting moment for everybody to get an experience of seeing guys they haven't seen in years play. And I think, you know, it kind of goes back to, I just had the conversation with Coach Brooks, too. He said, I was here whenever you came on your official visit, and we were just talking about whenever I walked out during Big Blue Madness, and everybody just started chanting my name. And that was something, as an 18-year-old kid, I'm just like, wait, what? This is incredible to have all these dreams and what you imagine. Because my brother he played at Oklahoma State, so I've seen what a Division I college atmosphere was like. But to have that for myself as a young high school kid and seeing 24,000 people just chanting my name was mind-blowing. Completely mind-blowing.
I have a question on Twani. You look beyond the first game. What do you see as the biggest challenge for this team?
I think the biggest challenge is, which is not really a challenge because we've talked about it in recruiting, is the guys is playing together. But I think that's going to be easy because, like I said, we all a family. I know guys are saying there's no egos. So just want to make sure that we're able to move the ball, play hard, rebound, hit the glass, and take it serious as other teams, because the other teams are going to come here, bro. They're going to try to hit us right in the mouth from the start. But the challenge is, you know, we got to just kind of scout these teams. Like Sam said, he's seen 305 ballers, but I haven't seen none of these teams. So I got the feeling we're going to get right to work. Good. Yeah, just want to thank y'all. Thank y'all for coming, man, and we appreciate everything. All the questions were great. This is a huge thing. It's a huge deal, and I'm just happy that my brothers decided to be a part of this, and Brittany and everybody that's been giving us all the acknowledgement and the support, the love, the University of Kentucky, Coach Pope, Deb, everybody that's been a part of this, Nathan, Billy. Just want to give you all thanks, man, and we'll see y'all July 19th. Let's get it.